Astrology is a lot about timing, and smart, successful people know how to take advantage of that timing. Join me today as I spill a secret about astrology that you can start using in your life today, and that will hopefully lead to some success for you. So JP Morgan, the entrepreneur, famously said, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. And it's true. You know, some of the most smart, successful people throughout history have paid attention to astrology and have timed their activities with what's going on in the skies in order to use the energies, which is what I talk about all the time here on this channel. And I gotta tell you right now, we are in an optimal period of timing. It's very special. It does not come around very often, nor does it last for very long. As Stella Wilde, your anti-doom, no BS astrologer, it's my job to keep an eye on the skies in order to share the information with you of the best timings for your life for certain activities, whether I'm sharing with you here on YouTube or in a personal private reading. So grab your coffee and listen up because this is important. All right, so here's the tea. Every single planet in the sky is moving direct from March 20th to May 5th. You're going to want to take advantage of this opportunity, this window of time. I'm going to explain how, but make sure you stick around to the end of the video to find out when the next optimal period of timing is coming in 2027. I will be sharing that with you. All right, so here's how to use the energies when all planets are direct. You can start your new business. You can launch a project, sign a contract, have a conversation. Maybe you've been postponing something you haven't wanted to deal with. You can make a move, whatever that move might be, commit to purchases and plans. You want to get it going. You want to get the momentum behind whatever your goal is. You want to get it done. You have all systems aligning, all systems go. You should already have clarity about what you're doing if you use the retrogrades before all the planets went direct, if you use that energy wisely. So when all the planets are moving direct, it's not time to think about what else should I do? It's not time to think anymore. It's time to get up off the sofa and act. So let's discuss why this period of pure energy, every planet moving direct, is so rare, so that you really understand why this is an important opportunity not to miss. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune all go retrograde at various times because they all have different orbits. So a retrograde is an optical illusion where it seems from planet Earth, the other planets in the sky are moving backwards, but that's from Earth's perspective. I mean, they're not literally moving backwards. So, I mean, in general, retrogrades are times of review, reversals, reflection. The energy of whatever planet is going retrograde can be more focused on the your inner world, rather than what's going on outside. It is definitely a time of slowing down. Absolutely, during a retrograde, no matter which planet. So when you have all these planets and their different orbits to take into consideration, it is very rare for all of them to be moving direct at once. Very rare. This is why the period from March 20th to May 5th, when Pluto will go retrograde, is so freaking potent. During this time, the pace of events is going to accelerate. There may not be a lot of time to review. You may need to make decisions quickly. Developments could unfold much more quickly. There is nothing to slow down the momentum because every planet is going direct. Nothing's retrograde. And in 2026, which is a fire horse year, check out that video I did about that. This energy right now, March 20th to May 5th, could be particularly fast. That's why I was saying during the recent Mercury retrograde that we had during Pisces and also eclipse season, that you really take the time to evaluate where you're at, where you want to go, what you want to do, and tie up as many loose ends as possible, because I really wanted you to have things ready, because I knew about this window of time so that you could take advantage of this situation now, March 20th to May 5th time period. Remember, it's always about timings, right? And how we use the energies. So why don't we want to start stuff during retrogrades? Sure, most of mainstream culture, even the normies, I mean, it's the normies we're talking about, right? The mainstream, they know now about Mercury retrograde. It's become part of our cultural zeitgeist, right? We know about travel, electronics, communications, glitches, all these things can get messed up. There can be delays, misunderstandings, and just total freaking shenanigans, right? With life's daily activities and infrastructure. And we have those 3 times a year in the varying elements. This year, 2026, we're having Mercury retrogrades in water signs. The recent Mercury retrograde we had in Pisces just a mere few weeks ago really felt like we were moving through mud. It was very hard to gain traction. It still felt like we were reviewing the past and things that were going down with the final hurrah of Neptune and Pisces. At least that's what I was feeling like. You let me know if you were feeling that way in the comments. You know, when we have a Venus retrograde, we have love and money matters coming up for reevaluation. There can be uncertainties about love and financial decisions, or cracks begin to show in the foundation. And you know what? We have a Venus retrograde in 2026, starting in October in Scorpio. Keep that on your radar. You definitely don't want to launch a business or product or go for a promotion during a Venus retrograde, or start a new relationship, or even get married, whether a business marriage or a personal marriage. Taurus and Libra people, you know, wherever they have to pay attention to those retrogrades, and wherever you have that in your natal chart. Mars retrograde, you know, our arrow of desire, our action-oriented planet, when it's retrograde, we may not have a lot of motivation. We could feel very tired, especially if you're in Aries or have strong Aries in your chart. We may lose a sense of direction. We may be looking for direction, but actually where we need to look for direction is within ourselves during that Mars retrograde. Why would you want to begin anything during a Mars retrograde when your energy is not at its best, when it is not optimal, when that arrow of desire is not pointed out, it is pointed inward? No, you wouldn't want to do that, right? And that's just the personal planets. We can also consider the outer planets. So, you know, when you add all of this up, you can see why having all the planets going direct is very powerful. So when we have a Jupiter retrograde, which we just came out of in March 10th, Jupiter went direct in Cancer. Hallelujah. But when it was retrograde for the 4 or 5 months that it was retrograde, you know, it could have felt that those big things that you want in your life, you know, or a raise at work, something you want to launch, something you want to move ahead on, that's big, delayed. Progress is stopped. Saturn retrograde, you're not building new things. You are fixing what's already half built, right? So again, sort of a little bit of delay because you're tweaking. When Uranus is retrograde, we're often given a chance to process and figure out what the heck just happened with the latest curveball that life, courtesy of Uranus, has thrown at us. When Neptune goes retrograde, we often get a reality check, big time. We've got to get real with ourselves. When Pluto is retrograde, oftentimes we're cleaning up a mess. Sometimes it's a literal mess, you know, like decluttering, purging. And sometimes it is a figurative mess, something that we're cleaning up emotionally within some sort of transformative situation that we have been through. So again, through all of these things, all of these different types of retrogrades, you can see how the energy is not optimal for beginning things or making forward progress. So when you know that, and when you can look at the timings, you can then plan your life accordingly to use the energies for greater success. Like you're optimizing the conditions for whatever it is you want to begin. So, hey, we all have lives to live, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do when a planet is retrograde. Of course, life doesn't stop just because Mercury's retrograde or Venus or whatever. But if you can choose to use the energies during the optimal periods, then why not? Why wouldn't you? Why not? I mean, yeah, hey, there's no guarantees in life. You may not end up manifesting billions like JP Morgan, but you can at least give yourself the astrological advantage and schedule your most important priorities with the best timing possible. That's the secret. So tell me, what new things are you setting in motion in your life while we have all the planets direct from March 20th to May 5th? I would love to hear in the comments. May 5th, Pluto does go retrograde in Aquarius, but it is an outer planet. Pluto's a big deal, but Pluto retrograde is not that big a deal. All right, not really. Technically, we have a green light of momentum, if you want to get super technical, from March 20th until June 29th, when Mercury will go retrograde in Cancer. So if you want to stretch out the optimal period, you can. All right. And if you made it this far in the video, let me know by typing a lucky clover emoji in the comments, because really, as I keep saying, you can give yourself a lucky advantage by aligning with the energy. Now, I promised you a time frame in 2027 when all the planets will be direct, and it's this: April 14th, 2027 through May 9th, 2027, when, yes, Pluto will go retrograde. Or if you don't want to count Pluto retrograde, it would be April 14th until June 14th, 2027. So in 2026, we have 47 days from March 20th to May 5th. What are you going to do with these 47 days? Let me give you another timing advantage tip, a secret, if you will. We have a super stellium of energies in Aries. A stellium is 3 or more planets. We're going to have 7 planets at the new moon in Aries on April 17th. I don't know how to emphasize the intensity of the energy for new beginnings that are coming with Aries, a new moon, and all of this energy all going direct. Okay, I am going to be doing a separate video on that, and I will also be posting very soon monthly horoscopes for April for each sign. So stay tuned for those. But again, Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, Aries, about new beginnings, fresh starts, fresh energy. Use that timing for your life. And check out that other video when it publishes. Subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss it, so you'll know how to use that energy very, very specifically for where it falls in your natal chart. This is the power of astrology, of using the energies. It's a huge opportunity right now, and I hope you're going to take advantage of it. And if you want to know more about aligning with the energies of the planets in the sky and how to use them to achieve your goals, then you might be interested in my planetary power guide. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. So thank you so much for joining me today for our latest episode of Coffee and Cosmos. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Again, what are you going to do during this amazing window of planetary opportunity to plant seeds of success for yourself? I would love to hear. And if you got value out of this video, want to give it a thumbs up, a hype, a comment, share it out with friends. All of that engagement really helps my channel, and I appreciate it very, very much. Also, a big special shout out and thank you to the channel members. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.